Hello. Hey. G'day. Morning all, David Crisafulli, Pat Weir, testing 1, 2, 3. Good to go. In 2023, cost of living will be a major focus for Queenslanders, and they know that costs are on the rise, and they're on the rise despite what the state government has been telling them. And one of the key things will be electricity prices and how that impacts on people's bottom line. We have consistently spoken about the need for electricity that is affordable, reliable and sustainable. Today's report shows how much the government is missing the mark on that affordability index. To know that power prices in Queensland have risen by 27% for households and 26.9% for small businesses shows you the impact and the pressure that people are feeling. And there is more bad news on the horizon, sadly. And that's why we are today demanding the government set KPIs that they can be measured and held accountable for across all three of those spectrums: affordable, reliable and sustainable. And that'll enable us and Queenslanders to hold them accountable, because cost of living will be a major impact for people in this next 12 months. In 2023, Queenslanders will have a light bulb moment, and that light bulb moment will be around the affordability for them. And what they want is to know that the government has a focus on affordable, reliable and sustainable electricity. That is our focus, and anything short of it will be letting Queenslanders down. I'll hand over to Pat.
Thank you, David. Yeah, Pat Weir, Shadow Minister, Natural Resources, Mines and Energy. And we've just received another report highlighting a rise in energy prices. We have been consistently told by Minister De Brini and the Premier that power prices are not increasing in Queensland. That is simply not true. The Auditor-General raised this in a report just very recently, and the Queensland Competition Authority has also now raised it. So power prices are increasing. The thing that Queenslanders should also be concerned about is that we know in February the Queensland Competition Authority will be recommending a retail price that should be charged in Queensland, a recommendation to the government. This report tells us that that price is going to increase. Power prices are on the rise in Queensland.
Questions? Over to you.
So for electricity power, you will have these KPIs?
You bet. And the KPI should be across all three things: affordable, reliable and sustainable. The government has spoken so much about electricity, but they're refusing to give targets to be measured upon. We're demanding that, and we're also committing to setting those ourselves. Good governments are prepared to be measured and held accountable for what they say they're going to do, and that's not happening at the moment. And to see these rises, despite being told that power prices were in fact going to come down, that must be ashes in the mouths of Queenslanders. And what is particularly concerning is we've been contacted by small businesses in recent weeks who are telling us they are already getting their indicative price rises for the calendar year ahead, and some of those are more than double what they're paying at the moment. Small business can't afford that, and that's why we need a plan for electricity that is affordable, reliable and sustainable. And without it, Queenslanders are going to struggle to make ends meet in the home and in the workplace. And we don't want to see that. We've been through enough pain in the last couple of years, and this report shows that that pain has been felt here in Queensland more than anywhere else. And in 2023, Queenslanders will have a light bulb moment, and that is that they can't afford a government that doesn't have a plan for affordable, reliable and sustainable electricity. Anything short of that is selling a great state short. Great question, and I might ask Pat to make some comments about the impacts on Queensland on those rebates, but I'll just make the point. There's been a lot of talk about subsidies and the argy-bargy between the federal and state government. I'll tell you what's been missing from it, and that is a focus on what the impact is for the household. We're not interested in what the rebate looks like for companies, multinational companies, for big generators. My focus is what is the impact for small and family business, and what is the impact for every Queenslander in their home. Anything short of that is just a lot of political gobbledygook that won't change a thing for people. Did you want to make a comment about the impact on Queensland?
Yeah, just quickly. In Queensland, the coal-fired generators own the coal mines. That coal is there to provide coal for those generators, so they are not bidding on the spot market. And if that ever needed to be reinforced, we've just seen it with the Prime Minister's announcement about the royalties cap. And the one generator that is going to get subsidised is Rio Tinto's generators there at Gladstone, because they don't own the mine. All the others are owned by the mine. So that is not having the impact in Queensland that we are being told that it is. Well, that's probably another interesting question, because the state-owned generators provide 2/3 of the electricity demand in Queensland. Between Ergon and Alinta, they are also the largest retailer of electricity in Queensland. So effectively, they control the market.
Thanks, mate. Anything else? Good. Thank you. Thanks, both. Thank you very much.